What's up, guys? Welcome back to another beautiful interview. And this interview kind of hits different because, dude, I've been following this man since I kind of met him. Shout out to Nemo, my sister, because that's how I met him. And it was, what, graduation day that I met you. And, bro, since then, you've really just grown. And I don't mean to just fly into the introduction like this, but it's like, this man has really put in a lot of work. And if you do gaming or even just, like, funny compilation videos and stuff like that, then you know who I'm talking about, especially in the Latin and this area, because it's like, you're doing a great job, bro.
Thank you.
Dude, but y'all know who it is. XAVIER'S. Interview 73, interview 83, and yeah, man, we're going fast. But I should have had this man on a long time ago, and we were actually supposed to do it a while ago, but my booking is just like immaculate right now. But dude, how you been, bro? You been good?
Yeah, I've been amazing. I've been doing a lot of great things, getting into a lot of great things for the future, assessing things as of lately, finding myself. It's just been an experience.
Yeah,
honestly.
no, and it takes time, bro. Like, it's not something that should be rushed, because that's something that took me a while, and anybody who's really watching this kind of understand that too. It's like, it comes with trial and error, you know. And I feel like that's something you've been going through too, because we were just talking about it off air, and dude, this man has a great mindset. Because I'll tell people these simple things that I've learned from doing content, and he's already like 3 steps ahead, you know. And it's really cool to see, like, dude, he's young, and you know, happy late birthday.
Thank you.
Just had a good birthday. We were actually supposed to do this interview on his birthday, but no, you know, I ain't gonna do nobody like that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right in the comments, but it's like, I just don't feel like I should have someone do a podcast on a birthday. You know, how do you feel? You don't, you know, would you have cared?
I would have been chilling either way.
But you still enjoyed your birthday, though, right?
Of course, man.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah, had a super relaxed day, enjoyed myself, ate tacos. I was chilling.
Hey, Taco Monday.
Yeah, I was chilling. Taco Monday.
Taco Monday. That's lit, though, man. And again, thank you for coming on, bro. Because like I said before we start, I've been waiting to have you on here. I've been ready to pick your brain apart. And it's even just for the next video that we do is going to be better, because I think we're going to do some funnier stuff. And,
of course.
Because this one, I wanted to be serious, you know what I mean? I wanted to, because you're a very important person, just as me, you know? But it's like the next one, I think we could add our little creativity and like,
of course.
You already know Funny Marco and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like, I want to do stuff.
God,
We're gonna do something funny, watch. But no, bro, let's start off with the basics, man. The goo goo gaga, like, where are you from? Where were you born?
I was born here, actually. I was born in Charleston.
Wow.
Born and raised practically. I spent some years up north, but I spent most of my life down here.
And you say here as in like Goose Creek, or like what part in particular?
Initially, before I moved over here in the, the Somerville area, I used to be all the way out in like Sheep Island.
Wow.
Like most of my family,
big difference,
most of my family was over there, but we migrated over here. I got into a really nice school, met some really nice people, and it kind of shaped me as a person.
Yeah,
honestly,
I can tell, man. And your parents should be proud, bro. I feel like they got a good son, bro, because this man really be putting in work off screen, on screen, and off screen. Because you stream, you do a lot of different things, bro.
Yeah.
You don't just do like one particular lane, which is something a lot of people fall easily doing, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll get in that a little later. I just wanted to talk about that. But where did you go to elementary school? Because you said you moved around a good bit. Where were you? Where were you going to elementary school at?
When I first came here, I want to say no older than like 10. Like, so I was in like first grade. I did first grade all the way to 12th here. Like, and
so you were in Sheep Island before?
Yeah, but like it was. I still went to the same school, which was Devon Forest, Go Dragons, of course. Yeah. But it was a bit of a migrate, having to take the bus all the way from Sheep Island.
So how do you feel like that was making an impact in your life? Because that's not something normal kids go through.
Yeah, because it was kind of like, I wouldn't say isolating. It's more like it made me aware of like where I was in a sense at a very young age. Because I was like, I go to a good school, like but like I live somewhere that's a little more,
further.
So
did you have to wake up earlier?
Yeah, I definitely woke up earlier.
So you woke up at like 5 and had to get up on the bus at 6:30 or something?
I had to wake up super early.
That's insane. Did you sleep on the? I know you caught some Z's.
Bro, I won't even cap to you. I definitely fell asleep on the bus one time, and nobody knew I was even back there, bro. I woke up, and everybody was gone. I was chilling, like, you know how all the buses be like lined up in the bus? Bro, All the buses were empty. I kid you not. I woke up. I stood up. The bus driver wasn't even on the bus.
Oh my gosh, bro.
I'm going down the aisle. I'm just like, bro, where is everybody? And how long did I fall asleep?
Right.
I walk out. I walk out into the little bus loop exit area, and I just see all the bus drivers conversing with each other.
Right.
And nobody noticed I fell asleep on the bus.
That's insane, man. Hey, you're probably a reason they got protocols now, man.
No
probably
cap.
scarred them. You probably scarred them people, man.
I was so small too. I was just like, bro, what happened?
Right.
I was lost, bro.
That's insane, man. So you definitely went through some, and this is why I asked the elementary question. Like, for real. Like, you never know what some people are going through. And I kind of want to ask a little bit more before we even go into middle school. But, like, is there anything that you kind of, like, since you've had, like, a funny side, I don't want to get serious. Is there anything that you kind of remember maybe affecting you till this day since you were a kid? And that's a deep question, and you don't gotta answer if you don't want to.
Yeah, of course.
But we all go through different things, and I was kind of like harassed and bullied in elementary school. I wouldn't say like bully, but I had a gap in my teeth, as you can tell. And you know what I mean? It's just always played. They call it a bottle cap opener.
Yeah, definitely felt that.
So
I definitely experienced bullying. Like, it was bad in elementary school. Like, it's a joke in the sense of, like, you know how kids can be mean.
Yeah.
But like, when you're younger, your emotions are a lot more raw at that age.
Yeah, and very they're tender.
Yeah, they're very tender, and you're impressionable. So it's like, even like the smallest things to kids are, you know, to fully grown, like mentally grown adults, it's not that serious. But to kids, things are that serious to them because they don't have that emotional experience to process that.
Right.
Especially to the degree of, like, you know, very harsh and brutal bullying.
Yeah, and it stays. That's why I ask these questions, bro. And I tell people I'm gonna change the world because I am. Because each person I'm bringing on here, I'm letting people see who they are. You know what I mean? What they've gone through, and then people we should learn from it.
Yeah.
Like you should, adapt to showing love. To why are we even bullying in 2023?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, seriously, bro. I'm not saying I understand or approve it back in the day, but it's like we didn't have cell phones and all that stuff anymore, but we have all that now. Like, we've seen everything now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't be making fun of nobody. We shouldn't be being mean to nobody. Like, if anything, we should be uproaring. That's a different conversation. But no, man. So I just wanted to ask, though, like, what was some ways of you coping with that? Because it obviously wasn't easy. Like, you didn't just wake up and just... You know, I mean, you might have. I don't know. Did you? Like, did you smile through all of it, or was it something you kind of like? And you don't have to answer.
No, it's perfectly fine. I'm open book. At first, it was kind of just like, you know, because you know how kids are like, they're teasing in a sense of like they're not aware of how powerful words are yet.
Yeah.
Like, especially on, you know, amongst each other.
Mm-hmm.
But like you really notice the fact of, like, you know, there's a lot of repeated cycles going on, honestly, because like kids learn that from somewhere. Kids are curious in a sense, and they pick up and absorb whatever they're around, and they're consuming.
How were you like coping with it though? Like, what was something you did? Did you like read books, or like did you play games? One of them was games. Another was creating music and whatnot.
Okay, because like I had a Fisher Price toy. It was actually, this was before even first grade. This is how I like really found what I really liked about music in a sense, and that really helped me towards later in the future when I was coping, because I would like I would write how I felt down, or like I would find kind of like a peace of mind in like playing video games or something, like or like watching stories, or like self-improvement almost.
I get it.
Because like in a lot of ways there are positive, there's a lot of positive feedback that you get from certain stuff in order to kind of help filter out how you feel in a sense, because you don't want it to manifest and turn into something a lot more
brutal than they could be.
It could be a lot more worse than it is. It could almost become
unreal.
Yeah,
a little bit too serious. Yeah,
like very malicious and evil, and you don't want that stuff to manifest. Which is why I didn't let it get like to the root of like where I was as a person. Because I've always been more of a upbeat kind of person, but it's like I kind of had to weed out those bad emotions so I can get back to that person.
Yeah, which I feel like I mean, anybody who's known you, I feel like you have, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you seem yourself, man.
Yeah.
You don't seem like you copy anybody. Of course, we all get our creative mindsets from somebody, because I do all from everybody that I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the world is. But it's like you are genuinely your own person. You make your own content. You make your own, like, you find your own games you love. You're not like forcing yourself to play these dumb games. I mean, not like that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you really put your mind into what you do, bro. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's cool to see that. I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
Because it's not easy. You know, it really isn't. But no, I wanted to ask, where'd you go to middle school at?
I went to middle school at College Park. For those of you that went to College Park, because College Park was kind of wild.
I think I'm glad you say that.
A lot of my craziest moments happened at College Park.
I can imagine. Can you name one? Like, maybe censored though? Like,
yeah, most definitely.
because I know there was some crazy stuff. I already know. I didn't go to school there, but I went to Stratford, so it was like for a year and a half. I experienced the most insane lifestyle living on College Park. I emphasize that. Okay, if you know me, you know where I'm, like, I love Mount P, but it's like in Somerville, but it's like College Park. I emphasize on that. So, like, is there anything you want to say, like, you remember the most about middle school?
Definitely. There were a lot of different. Oh my lord! When you get to the middle school age, that's like when the dumbest kind of ideas come to light. It's basically life at that point, because like people are doing really dumb things, like saying they're a part of one group and another group of people is to another group,
right?
And then they would just like slap box each other and other crazy stuff like that. Bro,
it was real.
Bro, the principal had to step in and be like, "Hey, y'all getting suspended on site if we catch y'all doing this," because people are real life hard down fighting.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
It was real. Do you feel like you would have killed the YouTube scene if you were doing it then? Because that's constant, you know.
No,
as much
like,
as it's funny, but I'm not trying to. We shouldn't be thinking like that.
It's really not, funny. But it's just like, bro, there's a lot of crazy, bro.
College Park is insane.
Like, middle school was just the start of it, bro. Yeah. It's just. But
so let's lead into high school. Like, what was it, Stratford?
High school, bro. Someone got tased at lunch on the first day. What's even crazier, this dude's name was also Xavier.
Dang.
Keep in mind, I was talking to him 5 minutes before he got tased.
Oh my god!
I kid you, he just approached me out of nowhere. He was like, "Hey, you know such and such?" I was like, "Yeah," and he just like dapped me up and like stood next to me in the line, and like, okay, I was just kind of just like, I don't think I know you, but you know, I'll conversate with you since you know, just chilling and getting my food, kind of. But like, I give my lunch. I dap him up and he walks away. I go find my spot and I'm just chilling. I'm just chatting with my friends. Not even 5 minutes later, there's a whistle being blown. Everybody's running to the other side of the cafeteria. Somebody on the floor just.
Oh my god!
I'm just like, bro.
Let me guess. Who was the cop that was there that took care of everything? He was popular.
Oh my god!
What's his name?
Was it Coffee?
Yeah,
Officer Coffee.
Hey,
yo, shout out Officer Coffee, bro.
Yeah,
shout out Officer Coffee.
He been through, bro. You would think like, bro, he didn't get paid enough for what this man went through, bro. This man's probably seen a whole bunch of stuff. He probably actually. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. I think I heard something.
Well, shout out Officer Coffee.
Yeah.
He a W officer for real.
Yeah, and I think that's something I remember about Stratford. It's just like, it was insane, man. Like you said with College Park, I couldn't only imagine middle school in your generation, because you're a little bit like maybe 2 years under. You're in my sister's grade, which is crazy, man, because that's how we met. Yeah. And so like we'll lead into that. You know, after Stratford, you kind of did you feel like you found Whoa, excuse me. That was the M&Ms. That was the M&Ms right there. Do you feel like after, or even before, like during high school, did you feel like you knew you were going to be a streamer and make content, or was it something you were still battling?
Honestly,
'cause I know it's, you know, it's hard to find your identity.
yeah, it is really hard. But that's just the thing that I've always kind of strived for, honestly, and just being a gamer, because I've always been a gamer at heart. I've been a gamer since I was like practically a toddler. Like watching my older brother play like games like Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero 3 is still the best Guitar Hero to date, by the way. You play games like Prince of Persia and like all these cool different types of games where I'm just like, it's not like cartoons as I'm used to watching. It's like something completely different, and like he's playing on it.
No, like Uncharted and stuff like that. Like no, I feel you.
Because like I would only get like being a like a child, I would just have like, you know, baby toys kind of thing, kind of like action figures kind of thing. But like I wouldn't have like a console like my older brother had.
Yeah.
And just watching him get into it, and then like, because he would only play single player games as I would watch him, but like when he played with other people, when he played like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, he didn't play a lot of shooters, but like yeah, like that really got me into fighting games, kind of. But like, so I always knew that I'd be a gamer in a sense at heart, and then to know that all my life I've been watching like YouTubers and now Twitch streamers, you know, with you know, censored.
That's
yeah.
That's crazy though. How do you feel about that? We'll kind of talk about that too. I do want to ask another question about games, but like, how do you go about like being parental, if I said that right, content, like going around with like not cursing and stuff? Like, is there anything you would suggest to anybody out there that is battling that?
Please, I know it's tough. Like, this is coming from an avid swearer. It's gonna get rough, but trust me, in the long run, censoring and, you know, being very, you know, like very showing professionalism, and it can get you a lot further. Because like, I'm telling you, even swearing 5 seconds into your video can brutally harm your video in the algorithm.
No, that's a fact. It'll just disappear.
It'll practically be shadow banned.
Yeah, like,
people have to actively search your videos to find them.
That sucks, man. And I could not imagine that, because that's not the route I want to go. I was just telling you off air, like I actually had a bunch of people tell me that, and then like some people come on the pod and they're cursing, and I'm like, I can't control everybody though. So you know what I mean? That's just how it is. But no, I was gonna ask you, what was the first game you remember touching ever? Like,
first game I remember touching ever.
I had, you know, that's a generic. I had to ask that one real quick.
Yeah, but this is a really good question, because I played a lot of great games.
No, I can imagine. That's why I'm curious. Like, do you remember it? Or you don't have to be the first one, but just something that you remember the most as a kid. Not you watching, but you playing yourself. Because I know I've spent mad hours on a lot of different games, especially sports games. Call of Duty, I probably spent almost someone's lifetime on there. Like, God knows, because I've been playing since Call of Duty 1, bro. So, like, since PlayStation 2. So it's like, I'm a gamer. I just don't show it because, like, I've learned that, like, you got to focus on one thing. You know what I mean? So what's one game that you kind of remember sticks out as a kid? Maybe when you were just starting.
Yeah, going off of what you said, especially picking up on the PS2, I definitely remember the first game I remember touching was Guitar Hero 3 on PS2.
Yeah, facts. Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I remember watching my older brother play it, and also Guitar Hero got some bangers on it for real.
Yeah.
Like that's what really got me into music as a kid, especially like rock music. Also like Linkin Park, shout out, and R.I.P. Chester Bennington.
No, it's weird you say that. I'm going to cut you off because, like, bro, I really only listened to rock because of Guitar Hero.
Literally, like when I was a kid,
yeah,
all I listened to was rock.
Right.
Rock.
But if I didn't play Guitar Hero, it would be like no rock in my music, because it's like, where would you hear it from?
Yeah.
You know, so definitely, dude, that's definitely, and I don't think Guitar Hero gets the credit that they deserve.
It really doesn't.
That should be a snippet itself, because they need to bring that back. I don't know what happened. I mean, I do, because it's all about money. Do you think money's taken over the gaming industry?
Definitely, especially when you think about the fact that hip-hop has been the main dominating genre.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
So it's like, you know, genres that have fallen out, like, recently as far as, like, sales have, like, gotten put on the back burner. Because there's a lot of rap artists nowadays. Even, like, even like certain genres are kind of being kind of like tweaked in a bit to fit like the demographic of the hip hop genre.
Right.
Where it's like you gotta there's rock like when you think about rock and hip hop, they're like polarizing in the sense of like their musicality. Because you can write a story with both, but it's like the tones of it will be completely different as opposed to a rock song and a hip hop song.
Right.
Which is
Did you like just maybe start gaming and then was listening to soundtracks of games made you want to make music, or was it just something that like you just was already making music before gaming and stuff?
Definitely. Like I didn't really pay attention to it when I was a kid, like playing games, but like when I went back to play like some old classics and heard a couple of soundtracks, I was like, it's actually really good. Like
especially the Halo theme. Like,
oh my God,
I have that. I used to shout out to my brother. We used to sleep to the soundtrack because it was just
yeah, it was. That's iconic gaming right there.
Yeah, no. And how do you feel like you will make an impact in the gaming industry in the next 5 years? Like, do you think that you're gonna make a big impact, or are you gonna just be on the sidelines, kind of just doing your thing? There's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to ask because everybody has a standpoint on their impact on what they could do better in the gaming. Me, I'm gonna create games. I'm gonna do a bunch of different stuff. Like probably be running the NCAA football games because I know that's one of the biggest important games. That was like. You know, I'm a sports dude, so like that was what I played, you know, growing up. But is there anything? What would you do in the gaming industry? Like, what do you see yourself doing in 5 years?
Honestly, I just want people to have the free space to just play games as, you know, a community where like, because like everybody has that kind of persona that comes out with gaming, which I really enjoy, like especially amongst the gaming community, because you can know someone that's across the country and you can play with them for years and like to meet them in person finally, because it's just, you know, we're all enjoying the aspect of gaming.
Yeah.
And like I really want to not only bring the community closer together but also give them a safe space to be themselves, because I have so many like different ideas of like tournaments. There's actually one tournament idea I had for Apex, since we now have custom lobbies, which I feel like I have to talk to Respawn about this before I like, because I can do it for fun, I can do it for fun, but like for cash pool prizes out, I probably have to talk to Respawn about that.
Yeah,
but
it depends though, because there's a lot of unorganized event stuff happening throughout the thing. And, you know, shout out to Frank, he's got a lot of stuff going on, but it's like we're doing it within our group, you know what I mean? Instead of it being like a worldly thing, because that's where, like, not trying to be a butthole, Apex don't deserve the credit. They don't even be putting in that much work in that game. I feel like there's a lot more stuff that could be tweaked on it to make it better.
And low key, it's more of like a lot of their traffic as far as like actual gameplay mechanics and like what people stem for in the sense of like just having it just to have it is like practically all EA games with like, you know, cosmetics.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying.
Kind of like the gambling kind of aspect of like, you know, transactions.
Hey Apex, let us come chill in the lobby where y'all make the games, and we'll see how it really is.
Let me see what ideas y'all got for the game that's not immediately locked behind a paywall. Let me see what y'all got.
Let's see it, you know. That's what I'm saying, man, because it's like, that's why I can't wait to get this platform a little bit bigger enough so we can actually voice our opinions on these games. Maybe get some better games out.
Yeah,
you know,
honestly.
It's time, man. So, like, I was going to ask you, what is one game that you enjoy streaming to the full, like, ability? Like, you could stream for 24 hours. You have to bring bottles inside in order to use the bathroom. Like, you can't go nowhere. What's one game you would play for 24 hours?
One game I would play for 24 hours?
Straight.
Apex, hands down.
For real? Apex?
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
It's just gonna be the mental fortitude of not just raging when I get terrible teammates.
I know, that's the worst part.
In droves. Then it's just, at that point, that's when it's gonna be a challenge. But I can play Apex all day for real.
Yeah.
Rust is definitely one game I cannot play for 24 hours.
Yeah, I feel like that would be boring. I feel like you would honestly come out and be like, just running around doing dumb stuff.
I almost got jumped by two Caveman yesterday in Rust.
Oh my god. I don't even know that much about it, so you might have to fill us in on that.
Okay, so Rust is kind of like a, for those of you that know, it's an avid survival. It's like a realistic survival game where
PC or
PC has their own like community with console having like Rust console.
Okay.
But they have these servers and it's in real time. Like when you log out, your characters sleep in Rust. Like basically you're asleep while other players are awake and running around. Whoa. So you can get offline, like your whole base can be just in ruins, base offline, loot gone. Crazy.
So
honestly.
even if you're a week, like not playing it for a full week, they're going, like what happens if they take it? Is it like Clash of Clans type deal?
Nah, it's like, have you played like, I think you played like Fable and also like, have you played a game like Fallout?
Yeah.
Okay, like, think of it like that, except for you basically don't have any save file. Your loot is literally any player can just break in your base and take it if you can't secure it.
Yeah.
And everything is in real time. Like the longer you're off the game, the more likely your base is either gonna decay because it doesn't have enough resources in it to keep it going. Yeah, keep it going. Or someone's just gonna break in and take all your stuff.
That's dope. I didn't know they made games like that. I guess that's the future. What do you see in the future of gaming? Like, do you think it's gonna be like better, or do you see it kind of falling down?
I can see it. Well, I know that games nowadays are like more and more hyper realistic. Well, like I kind of feel like in the grand scheme of ideas, I feel like they're kind of gonna stall out somewhere. Yeah. Where it's like they hit the peak of gaming to where nothing can really. It's either been done already or there's nothing really more they can do to top it. Yeah. Where it's gonna be like you have a full niche of games throughout the entire lifespan of video games, but then it's gonna hit its peak where it's kind of just like, like this is the roof, like,
Unless they come up with like Multiverse I thought was the sensational Super Smash Brothers on crack, like, you know what I mean? Like you're playing with some of your favorite people, Finn, Jake, like all these, and then like I don't know, they shut down. Like that's crazy how like fast like a hype train can go for a game.
To roll into just
and then you got like Fortnite, which is low-key longevity for children.
Literally.
Like,
it's a child's
If it wasn't even kids, there would be no Fortnite no more. And then all the adults shifted to Apex. So it's like you just kind of see how like fast gaming goes. And like I agree. Like I think the gaming industry is going to stall out because what's next? Like if anything, we're going to be in a room like this. If you guys know my podcast space. It's like we're in here and there's going to be a machine up at the top and we're just like we're doing it. Like that's the next step in gaming. Think about it. There's no other so we're going to get shot. Tased. Like you're going to feel it.
Yeah.
Until you don't want to do it. Like I just feel like that's the next level of gaming is feeling it. Like we always want to feel like we feel it, Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm kind of weird with it because I know and I'm asking you questions like what do you see in the future is because I low-key see me and you in the future doing some beautiful stuff. It may not be right now in this year, may not be in 2 years, but in 5-10 years, if you keep doing what you're doing, bro, because you're doing an amazing job doing what you're doing, we'll probably be the face of gaming. Because I'm doing everything. I tell people I'm changing the world, bro. It's not just doing a podcast. Like, you see what I mean? There's way more to it than just doing that. Like, we're doing everything. Everything. Shoes, everything. I'm power washing. I don't care, I don't care. I'm just kidding. But no, man, I was going to ask, where can we find you on streaming? Like, what do you stream on?
I stream on Twitch. If I'm not mistaken, it's XAVIER'S, _Xavier_Ross _ as my Twitch TV. You can catch me streaming Apex or possibly streaming Left 4 Dead run-throughs.
Okay, that's a good game.
Yeah, I beat, I think it was Dead Center on Expert. I haven't played it on Realism. I will run through all the campaigns before I try Realism, so don't ask me about Realism.
No, that's a good game to do, though.
Most definitely.
Left 4 Dead,
classic.
Bro. It's definitely the best zombie game to ever come out, in my opinion. I think others done.
I'm not gonna lie, honestly, I feel like Left 4 Dead and Valve hit the ceiling with Left 4 Dead.
I've never played Valve.
Like,
Is that a newer one?
Oh no, Valve is a studio that created.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never heard of that, but no, yeah, I agree. Like,
because they definitely tried to do like a monster theme with Evolve, but then that failed.
Dude, it fell off so quick. I felt bad.
Yeah, and then they tried to jump to Back for Blood, and then that just imploded on itself.
So that's not doing good right now.
No. Even with the new season that they got with the lore's not even great. Voice actor is also equally as bad as the rest of the cast. It's like
nothing gonna Boomer here, like all those different voice things were like, dude, I can't even like. Shout out to my sister. We'd be like, instead of Boomer, we'd be like Deer. It was just like, I don't know. It's an insider, but no, man, you're right, man, and I think it's crazy because like I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to make sure you definitely shout out y'all guys. Tap in with him on Twitch. He also has YouTube. I'm gonna put everything down in the descriptions. And check that out because this man has some funny content. You do the Boondocks. I was just telling him to do that. Everybody hates Chris, bro. You need to do that. That would be fire. Like, what made you start doing that?
Definitely.
Because that's different than gaming.
Yeah.
Like, that's beyond gaming. You know?
Most definitely.
So
I feel like Boondocks is a very iconic show.
Yeah.
That I feel like not a lot of people appreciate in a sense, especially when you align the show's timeline to like our current day timeline with all that's happening.
It's like The Simpsons, you know?
Yeah, like literally with The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how The Simpsons does it, but they do it like every couple of years. I don't get it.
They do it. How do you like? What was like drawing you into doing that though? Like, what did you like wake up one day and was like, I want to do this, or like, what did you see somebody else kind of get inspiration and do?
Yeah. Honestly, I saw that. You know, I felt the kind of like the feeling of watching something that you want with like your friends in a sense.
Okay.
Kind of having that element of like other people's reactions with your own, because it's like, you know, it's not like these. Well, I'm not gonna name any names, but certain people genuinely like conversate like with their audience and whatnot. So like when you tap into like their reactions and also just the chemistry they have amongst each other, it's like literally just a group of people just watching something together. Especially when like people put in like stuff that everybody wants their reaction on, whether that be like a show or a TV skit or like some kind of gameplay like Mortal Kombat fatalities. It's like it's just the element of seeing their reaction of something crazy or just
do
something
you find
else.
that like being like something that's going to take over, because we still haven't we're going to talk a little bit about music too, because I know we're kind of getting things, but it's like, do you think that's like going to take over everything, like gaming and all that, or are you going to try and do all of it at once?
I'm definitely gonna make the reactions the main focal point of the channel, because
you should.
Honestly, it's way more easier to pump out content as opposed to like playing games all day and not even having.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Like, or even the game just not even being on the hype right now.
Yeah,
you know?
it's kind of just like, you know, it's oversaturated. A lot of people are doing it, you know. So yours kind of gets lost in translation. So
that's good, man. At least you know that it's trial and error. I think you know that too.
Yeah,
but you just gotta keep going at it and keep doing different shows. And I think you should do different ones, like Everybody Hates Chris, and like, you know, maybe even go through a Dragon Ball Z where you got Goku like, you know, standing in the same pose for like 3 episodes and like just some funny stuff, bro. Like I feel like, you know, I'm gonna help you too, man, in the future. Because, you know, you've noticed, too, because we were supposed to do this interview, like, the last 4 days. And I'm just always doing stuff. And if you guys are battling any type of depression or anything mentally, please reach out to me, because like, I go through it. You know, I know I'm dropping these interviews, like, flies and stuff like that, but just know it's like, it's hard, you know. And if you need someone to talk to, reach out to me. I need someone to talk to sometimes too, because my girlfriend don't want to hear it all the time, you know what I mean? It's how it is. How do you handle like coping with like telling people about your content? Like, are you the type to like sit them down and don't get the reference wrong, but Jeffrey Dahmer, like, you know, the TV, you ever seen that where he turns on the TV and he has them sit and watch it, and then
you
remember that?
Damn, I actually.
Oh no, they made a meme out of it. That's why I said don't get mad at me, y'all. But it was just a funny meme because it was him forcing you to watch TV.
Oh, wasn't it like the one where he was like turning on the television?
Yeah, and he was like, dude,
that's where that's from.
Yeah, and that's. I feel like I battle it too because shout out to my girlfriend. Thank you for supporting me and always watching my content. Like I always ask, like, how's my content? Like I could not imagine being asked that every day. Like, but I drop so much, you know what I mean? And I'm like, there's a brief moment where I just want some feedback, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so how do you go with that? Like, do you like look for approval for your content, or is it something?
No, it's more of just a like, check out what I made, just to like literally sharing it just to share it, because it's my way of like expressing who I am, especially with what I want to do, livelihood wise.
No, yeah,
because it's like everybody has something that they're very prideful for, something that they definitely see what, like, regardless of like what other people may think of it, kind of just as like, hey, like, here's something just to show you what I'm doing a little bit, like just to share
it's
a
hard
piece of me. Yeah,
it's really hard. I was gonna ask, like, how do you always maintain to be yourself in the mornings?
Honestly,
like, what makes you whenever you wake up?
Honestly, just waking up and all these thoughts in my head, like, I can't let these go to waste. I can't let these go to waste. Because I notice, especially with growing, that you don't really see a lot of people with, just, things just happening. Like constantly knowing, piecing together different things and just laying something out flat and then just going to the next thing. I mean, a little bit of it is kind of just like, I have so many ideas I'm trying to grasp all at once, but like, I know I can't, so I kind of just like, I just kind of let it flow. And I'm just, I just wake up and I'm just like, something new within like 20 minutes. And I'm just like, I'll write it down and save it in the vault for later. Because until I finish this, I can't start on something else.
Right.
Because I wanna have everything laid out. Because like, they're kind of coming and going. I try to remember certain stuff that maybe was funny, but I couldn't save it in the moment.
Yeah, no, that's how it is.
Yeah, but then like sometimes I lose like pieces of it, but then I just write down what I can, and when I remember it, I'll come back to it.
And then just it pops back up. Yeah, it's kind of like deja vu in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it ends up coming back, and you're like, oh, I remember when I thought about this.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask, this would probably be like one of the last questions, but how do you, or what is one advice you would give anybody who's battling making content? Because I know we all struggle with making content. Even though I'm pushing out so much content, I struggle too. But what are ways? What's one advice you would give anybody to struggling to make content?
Definitely above all, do not care about the numbers.
Fact.
Do not care about the numbers.
My dog preaching.
Regardless of however many someone else has versus what you have, even amongst your peers, just appreciate that someone is partaking in your work. Like, don't compare yourself. The only person you should compare yourself is, was I better the last go around? And if not, then what can I do to tweak it so I can get above that? Like, don't look at the numbers. Don't look at the likes. Don't look at the views.
Them numbers will end up making you make bad content.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because like you're overthinking, like maybe I should do this like this to get this more views and do this to that. So once you learn to like shut that off and you really just do it for your love, because that's why I saw your Boondocks one and it stuck with me. I think a lot of people would say that.
Yeah.
And they may not trying to be a butthole, but you may not have gotten the likes that you deserve from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but it's just,
it doesn't matter.
It is what it is.
It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. People still see it though,
Like,
so,
regardless if it does good or bad, I'm just like, all right, like, I'm glad y'all tuned in.
Right,
like,
now, you get ready for the next one. It's like, next one. Yeah. But no, man, for us, it's been beautiful, bro. I told you this was going to be lit because we've been waiting to do this for a while. And we're going to have him come on very soon. I've been trying to reel him in to get him on the team for the Rise to Elevate Gaming because he's the face of gaming, especially if he does everything right, because it's not easy and it's not going to be handed to you. You know what I mean? You have to keep going, and this may be even like the line, a little fire, like a rush for you to be able to like think about the future, because you're coming with me either way, but it's still what you want to do.
Definitely.
What role you want to play. So you control that. I can't control that, and you guys can't control anything. And I appreciate you watching all the way through, because if you are watching right now, I love you. I really do. Remember, guys, stay true to yourself. I have my boy right here, Xavier Ross, interview 83. Thank you, bro. And remember, guys, stay true to yourself. And the only way to achieve your dreams is through you. No one else. You got to get up every single day and you got to grind. Grind harder than you did yesterday and the day before. And then after you watch his videos. Because make sure you tap in the descriptions to follow him. Love you guys. Peace.